Once you've made sure that the compressor is on, the next thing is you make sure that the pressure is on full pressure with this valve, and you have to turn this knob on to put the air into the machine before you turn the machine on. So you turn this on, and that will put air into the machine. This one here is for the nitrogen line. So that goes into nitrogen, so you must turn it on. Now you can, once you have this on and the air is on, you can turn the machine on, and it will go through its phase. This is the home page, and the first thing you have to do is, only when you turn the machine on for the first time, you have to calibrate the machine. So you press calibrate, and this will then go through its calibration and set the machine ready to run. This is the home page, and what you have on the home page, you have obviously home, which brings you to the home page, job, which will take you to the page where you can put parameters in, inspection for the inspection of the camera on the machine, and history. The history obviously gives you a history of all the jobs that have been done. As we've got none, there's only one here, that gives you the history. On the front here, you can move the head to the recombiner to the centre of the machine to allow you to clean under the head. 0 brings it back home. You have fluid on and fluid off just to check your fluid amount that's coming out, and you have head clockwise or head counterclockwise if you want to do any servicing on the machine. These will turn the heads. You also have fluid level, which when you put fluid into the container, you calculate it, what you have, and then you put fluid in. This is the service, so when it gets down to do, it means you have to clean, oil the ball screws. Now, there is also a skew function here, and what that does is, when you do a test, first couple of test laydown, you can adjust your skew angle by adjusting these two buttons here. It doesn't obviously see it here, it's when you adjust it and you go back to your job, do another test, and then you can keep coming back to here to adjust your skew. There is another way of programming, which is you can do it as an Excel file, which I will show you on a different screen. So if you go to the job page, this is your job page. The top there is the job name, which you have to give it a name, otherwise it won't function. Then you have your home X and home Y offsets. Now they are normally 0, unless you want to do an offset and move the head to a specific position. Then you have image size X, image size Y, image step X, image step Y, how many you want to repeat. You also have 4 fluid offsets. If you're doing like a large image, because the head will actually do an image up to 200 mm square, if you're going to do a large image, you may have to put down 4 beads to be able to cope with the whole area. So these are things you can do in tests. You have LED time, that's the time the LEDs are on, and you have LED power. Most of those are set. I mean, 300 seems to be perfect, and LED power is 75%. You can also rotate the head plus or minus 90. Once you've done all your parameters, you press save, and then you can press run job, and it will send the programs to the machine. And what will happen, it will come up and make sure and ask you if you have the mask in place in the machine. Because if you haven't got the mask in place, obviously it won't recombine. So we've saved the job. We run the job. It will send its parameters, and it comes up here. Please make sure, and that's obviously the mask is loaded. When you've loaded the mask, or if you have it, you press OK, and the job will then run. When you're in the inspect mode, of course, you can move the position of the head by pressing these. And what they do is they move. As you see, the more you press, and then you can move, and you can position where you actually want to look at, which is quite a nice little function. Come back to the home page.